Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Leo, and I'm coming back with another video. Look, I just wanted to quickly come and talk to you guys because I just posted a video on discipline, right? Just what that looks like in this new year. And really, really, what that looks like is tapping in with spirit, really getting in deep with spirit, right? Now, I just wanted to come and quickly talk about this with you guys because I have been working with people this year and last year, and I'm also just very aware that a lot of people are in a season where they are rebuilding their faith, you know, and I know I'm saying this. It's not just something that has started last year. It's really something that's been started since 2020. For me, it started in 2017, and so you can even go back even further to, I would say, like 2012. you know I don't know, everybody's in different seasons, but I'm specifically talking 2020 moving forward because I just see a wave since 2020. I've seen a wave of people, getting into spirituality and really getting connected with the spirit in that way, right? And I just want to quickly come and talk because when we're talking about spirit, and I want to give you guys this information before I get into it. I want to give you guys this information because I feel like it's very, very misleading. It can be very misleading if you don't know what's going on in the spiritual realm and you are what the Christians like to say, a babe in Christ or something like that. You're new, you're learning, and you're kind of being pulled this way and that way, right? You're new in the spiritual realm and you're learning. I want to give you this information so that you can have better guidance in your discernment. Because at the end of the day, the one thing that matters most is your discernment and your choices. Your choices. What you choose, what you decide on. And your choices are based off of your discernment and your belief systems, right? And so I want to give you this information so you can better guide, be better guided. I'm trying to figure out the right words, so apologize if I'm stuttering, right? But I want you to think about this, right? Because I was thinking about this recently. When I first started, actually I'm gonna share a story, right? So when I first started in spirit and growing my spirituality and really learning about it, I had this belief that all the thoughts that I had came from me, and all the thoughts that I had, all of them were self-defeating thoughts. It was thoughts about how much I hated myself, how much I was unworthy, how much I lacked. I lacked personality, character, money, enthusiasm, just anything. I lacked everything, right? It was all about how much I was belittling myself and how much I hated myself. That was everything I was thinking about. As I continued developing, I learned that a lot of those thoughts that I was having were not thoughts of my own. They were just thoughts coming in, things that were coming in from outside forces, things that were coming in from different energies, and also beliefs that were created from when I was younger. So some of them were my thoughts, just because it was really just like me affirming some of the things that I believe. But a lot of them, especially as I continued to grow and develop, a lot of them were not my thoughts, right? And then I learned in that, that that's a lot of times how spirit communicates to me through my thoughts, through the things I'm thinking. And it's not necessarily me thinking it, you know? And as I continued developing, I learned that just as much as spirit is able to communicate to me through my thoughts, the enemy is also able to communicate to me through my thoughts. And A lot of times they all sound the same, right? It sounds like your voice. It sounds like my voice. That's what I've learned. Whether it's the enemy communicating with me, or it's the Lord communicating with me, or it's just me. It sounds like my voice, but they come in different ways. So I'm gonna give you guys an example. I hope this makes sense. Boy, can you get down? Like, why are you on the table? You're gonna make me mad. Go somewhere. So I'm gonna give you guys an example, okay? Because I love to give you examples, and I want to put this in. I want to paint this picture for you so you understand, right? So, so when I first figured this out, you know, I was actually let me paint a picture before I figured everything out, right? So, I was fresh out of my relationship, right? And I knew Spirit was there, and I knew I was communicating with Spirit. Which Spirit I was communicating with, I did not know. I just knew that I was communicating with Spirit, and I knew that one of the things that Spirit was telling me to do was to protect my energy. And so, in the beginning, when I first got out of my relationship, what I did was, I'm just giving you guys some backstory right now. What I did was, I cut ties with all him and his family. I cut ties with anything that was attached to him, and I carried crystals with me, specifically black tourmaline. I had black tourmaline everywhere. Black tourmaline everywhere. I had other crystals, but with me on my person, at all times was black tourmaline, and I later found out there's a reason why, right? But as I'm continuing on, and I have this new mindset, I have these new goals, and I'm aware of Spirit. That Spirit's been working in my life and communicating with me and guiding me, right? I'm aware of these things, and I'm communicating with Spirit. I'm thinking that I'm only in communication with Spirit because anything negative, I'm protecting myself from it. I've got it blocked off of me with these crystals. This is what I believe. But as I continue on, I started dating, right? I started dating, and, I have my type. I like me a Hispanic man. I ain't gonna lie. I do, right? So I meet this Hispanic man, and, I'm completely moved by, everything, because he's just who he is. And it's like our first date, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, ooh, Spirit, what should I do? I haven't done anything with any other person. Should I do it? And the first thing I hear is, go for it, have fun, enjoy your night, have fun. And so I took that as oh, that's confirmation, right? That's what I want to hear. That's confirmation. That's what I want to hear, right? And so, there's a whole thing there. But then later on, after that relationship ended, I realized that spirit that told me to go for it, have fun, enjoy my night, that wasn't God. That wasn't God, because God's not going to confirm mess. God's not going to be there to just let me dive deeper into something that's going to potentially over time hurt me. God is not going to tell me, yeah, have fun for the night, even though in a year from now, that's going to, be stuck on your mind, and it's going to, over time, just hurt you. Go ahead for the night. Get into it. God's not going to do that. God's not going to do that. And so I had to learn, so those spirits that I'm talking to, when I'm hearing these confirmations, it's not only God speaking to me. It's not only positive spirits speaking to me. It's not only angels speaking to me. There's other spirits and deities, whatever, there's other spirits speaking to me. Another example I'm going to give you guys, and this was a really good one, right? This is how I really figured out that, oh, I have to be careful and listen to the voice of God, right? And so so I have to remember, because I don't remember every single detail, but I remember I was in communication with God, and I forget what I was taught, what we were talking about, and what I was asking. But I remember, like, something was being said and it just didn't make sense to me. And I was like questioning it and hesitating. And the spirit I was speaking to, which I thought was God, got really loud and angry in my head. Like, okay, I'm not an angry person. Not an angry person. I don't get loud very often. I will be direct. I will be direct, and I'm not gonna be taking nobody's BS. But I don't like to raise my voice and yell at people. I'm not like an aggressive person, right? So I remember I was sitting there and I was in conversation. I forget what we were talking about, but I was like hesitating, and I was like, I don't know, I don't know. In the spirit, I don't remember what the spirit said, but I just remembered the tone of the spirit got loud, and whatever he said, it was loud and it was aggressive. And I just remember like I wasn't scared or anything, because I thought I was communicating with God, but I was like, dang, like, I don't know, that was kind of loud. And then I remembered in that moment that God isn't gonna get loud and aggressive with me for a decision. God is not going to get loud and aggressive with me for a decision, because ultimately they made me to make the decision. They made me to make the decision. They don't need me to go any specific way. It is, at the end of the day, it is my choice, whether I'm a follower or I'm not, whether I listen or I don't. It is my choice. And so when the Spirit of the Lord is speaking to me, or you're speaking to you, they're not going to get loud and, it's not going to be aggressive. It's not going to be all that. It's just not. And so I had realized at that moment, oh, the spirit that I'm speaking to isn't the Lord. And then I realized at that moment that I had to be proactive when I'm speaking with the Lord. I have to be proactive in my discernment, because at any given time, I think I'm praying to the Lord, but the enemy can also hear my prayers, and the enemy can also respond. And a lot of times the enemy tries to respond before the Lord does. Because the Lord is patient, the Lord is kind, the Lord is like, they ain't pressing. They're not pressing. The enemy's pressing. They're not pressing. And so I had realized in a moment that, oh, I have to be careful in the voices that I'm listening to. No, the voices that I'm hearing and what I'm listening to, and how I make my decisions based on those things. Because I'm thinking I'm praying to God, right? I'm saying, oh Lord, please help me. Like, I'm having these financial struggles, or I'm having this mental breakdown. Like, I can't emotionally support myself. I feel weak at this moment. And I don't know what to do. What choice should I make? And I'm going to give you guys something that happened yesterday, actually, right? Something that happened to me just yesterday. Okay. And so, I am currently doing DoorDash, to make some extra money for myself. And, I'm also doing something else that I don't want to share. I don't want to share too much about this other thing that I'm doing, but, I'm doing DoorDash, and immediately my first order is frustrating to me because it's like it's a $6.50 order, and I had to drive a little ways out, and it's a drop off to a hotel, and the person wants me to go in this hotel, this big huge hotel, and find their specific room. I get irritated because it's only $6. I mean, I know I don't want to be ungrateful because $6 is more than the $6 I had just a minute ago, but that's a lot of extra work. You want me to come into this hotel and find your specific room to do a drop off for a very small amount of a tip, very small. So, and I'm just being honest with you guys. I got irritated about it. I got irritated because I not only did the not only did the GPS lead me to the wrong way, and I had to figure out the right way to go, but now I have to go walk around this huge hotel to find the correct room. I was getting irritated, right? And so I'm speaking to God like, I don't know why I'm doing this right now. Like, just let me know. Like, what should I do? Because at this rate, like, I'm ready to go home. And I heard the Spirit tell me, I didn't tell you to start doing this, which they didn't. I started doing the DoorDash on my own because I wanted to make some more money, right? I heard the Spirit say, I didn't tell you to do this. I didn't tell you to start dashing. You should go home and pack your bags because you're about to go. Go home and pack your bags. And I thought about it, and I'm like, hold on. And this is where discernment comes in, right? I have to say, hold on. I don't know, because I do need this extra money right now, for one. I do need this extra money right now. That's why I started dashing. And for two, you've been telling me to pack my bags for 2 years. For 2 years. Probably 3 now. I think it's been about 3. I don't know. You've been telling me to pack my bags for a while. I still have bags packed. Why am I going home to pack? As I'm not being proactive in my situation right now. You're telling me to go home, pack my bags, and relax instead of being active in my situation. So, and I question everything, y'all. I question everything because I know another thing, and I'm gonna lay these tips out for you guys at the end so it's very clear. Another thing is that when the Lord is speaking to you, they know that it's confusing out here. They know that there's different entities trying to sway you this way and that way. And so especially when it is the Lord, especially when it's the Lord telling you something and giving you a direction, something that they really want you to do, something that when they really need you to hear their voice, there's going to be the initial say, then there's going to be confirmation and confirmation and confirmation again. They know this. And so they give it to you multiple different ways so that you know without a doubt that it came from them. Right? And so I asked for this. For me, a lot of times I get them confirmations in 3s. That's how I know it's from the Spirit. I get it in 3s. Right? And so I asked, I'm like, Lord, I know that you didn't tell me to come out here on the road and start door dashing. But you did tell me, but you've been telling me to pack my bags for a minute, and I really need to get this money right now. So if you for real, and that's what you want me to do, confirm it to me. I need to hear it from you 2 more times. That's what I need. Let me know if that's what you want me to do, And as I continued throughout my night, I didn't hear nothing else. I didn't hear another confirmation about go home, pack your bags. I didn't hear nothing about bags, other than the bags that I was carrying. I didn't hear nothing about go back home. I actually made the most money I've made on DoorDash since this year started. That was like my most profitable night. And so that's an example I want to show you how, 1, you have to be discerning. 2, the enemy is always going to try to come and creep in and, get you off of your path before the Lord. And they have ways to say and motivate you. They know exactly what you want to hear. Because like I said, I was frustrated. I did not want to do that delivery. I didn't want to go find that person's suite address in that hotel. I didn't want to go. If that hotel has multiple levels, I didn't want to go walking through all them halls. I'm not a person. I don't like elevators, y'all. Now you know, I'm not a fan of elevators. I will get on one if I have to, but more chances than not, if I can find the stairs, I'm going to take the stairs. More chances than not, if I can take them stairs, I'm going to take the stairs. I don't like the elevators. And so I don't want to get on the elevators looking for this, this unit. I don't want to have to walk down these halls. Who knows how long these halls are to find this person. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do it because they didn't tip me good enough for all of that. That was my motivation, right? That's the way I'm thinking. I don't want to do all that because they didn't tip me good enough for that. So why should I have to? Really, I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest about how my brain was working, right? And the spirit, the enemy hears me talking with the Lord, like, man, why am I doing all this? They hear it, right? And they're like, well, you ain't got to do it. Why are you doing it? Go home, pack your bags, right? Super casual too, super casual, super soft. Because the enemy knows now that I know. They can't get loud with me because I already immediately, once they get loud, I know it's not spirit. I know it's not God. Right? And so, super casual, super soft. I didn't tell you to do that. Go home, pack your bags. And if I would have listened, I'd be like, oh, spirit told me to go home and pack my bags. Forget this. Forget that. I'm going to go. Right? If I didn't discern correctly, I would have went home. I would have packed my bags. I would have not made any money. Yesterday. That happened yesterday. I would have not made any money. Zane, what are you eating? I would have not made any money, right? And I would have still been mentally stressed about the situation that I'm in. So you have to pick your battles. You have to discern and really figure out, okay, I'm discerning what is correct for me. What is the right move? What am I doing? And is that really spirit? Now, before I let you guys go, because I gave you a lot just in conversation, I want to put this plain and simple so that you know. And I know it's 23 minutes been passed already, but I hope you was listening to what I'm saying, okay? Because I'm going to lay this out super simple so that you know when you are speaking to the Spirit, to the Lord, to God. When is God and when is a spirit? There's signs that you look for. There are signs that you look for, and then you also have to have discernment, right? So I told you the first sign is that the spirit's not going to get loud with you. They're not going to get crazy with you. They're not going to confirm your, they're not going to affirm your in the moment pleasures that's going to bring you woes later down in life. They're not going to just tell you what you want to hear, right? So that one, they're not going to get loud with you, and they're not going to confirm your fleshly desires. The basics, they're not going to. Now, two, they're going to, when the Lord is speaking with you, they're going to give you the word and confirmation again. It's not going to just be one thing and that's it. You're going to know it's from the Lord because you're going to see confirmation of it multiple times. Some people it's just 2 times. For me, it's 3 times I'm going to see it. 3 times I'm going to see it. Confirmation and confirmation again. Right? If I see it, if I hear it, if I smell it, if I taste it, You know, if I'm having a conversation, I'm going to get that confirmation multiple times, right? So, the tone, the confirmation, right? Those are two ways that you're going to hear from the Spirit that you know is from God. And then you have to have discernment. You have to have discernment between what is your voice, what is God's voice, and what is the Spirit, whatever this other spirit is for you. You know, there's different spirits, deities out here. There's different ones. You know, I could say it's the devil, but all these spirits are not the devil. I'm going to be honest. All these spirits are not the devil, and when you call them the devil, they get fuel off of that. That excites them because you're giving them more power than they have when you call them that. So it's just, I'm not going to call it the devil. That's why I said the enemy. You know, it's other spirits out here. The enemy, whatever your enemy is, you know, whether that's a Jezebel spirit or an addictive, you know, addicted to substance or whatever your spirit is. I don't know. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. You got to figure out your own spirit, right? But to have discernment, to know that just because I'm wearing these crystals for protection doesn't mean that the enemy can't still get to me. You know, these crystals really are supposed to help to amplify your own understanding and discernment, and also to invite in divine intervention protections. But you have to also set that intention too. You have to invite them into. You can't just wear the crystal and think that it's just going to work on its own. You have to be so intentional this year. You have to be so intentional, extremely intentional, you know? And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys, just so you know, so you have something to think about moving forward through this year. Especially as you're interacting with yourself and the spirit and the spiritual realm. I told you guys in the last video, what's happening in the spiritual realm, you're not going to understand what's happening in the spiritual realm if you're focused on and only looking at the physical realm. Because the spiritual realm is higher in its decisions and its whatever's, you know, its processes, its systems. You know, the spiritual realm has something that would seem completely different if you were able to see the spiritual realm with these two eyes. It would seem completely different than what's really going on in the physical realm. But what's going on in the physical realm is the sub level. It's the sub level, the most basic level of what's really going on. And there's different understandings, different perspectives for what's happening down here. And you're able to maybe not fully understand it, but at least be tapped in and be guided in the right ways so that you're making the right decisions for yourself down here. You're able to. But you can't do it on your own. You have to tap in with God. I'm not saying God, the Spirit of the Lord, Christ, the body of Christ. You have to tap in with the Spirit. What spirit are you tapping into? This is Leo. I love you guys so much. And I'm always praying for you. I hope you know that. I'm always praying for you. Until next time, y'all. Peace out.